Joe Pugh for Pep Talk UK. I'm joined today at the Landmark Hotel for Arthur Faraci final press conference by the Hall of Fame boxing promoter, Frank Warren. How are you, Frank?
I'm fine, my old son. How are you?
I'm absolutely fantastic, and all the better for seeing you.
Good man.
And we're here today at the press conference, final press conference, solid show at the Albert Hall on Saturday night. We've got Lyndon Arthur, Archie Sharp, Dennis McCann, all out. It's obviously a shame that Anthony Yard off the card. Just a bit of clarification, please, Frank, on what happened there.
Yeah, his opponent was injured and we weren't able to agree on a suitable opponent for him. So he'll fight again towards the end of August.
Fantastic. What about Lyndon Arthur? What are you expecting from him on Saturday night?
I want to see a statement performance from him. He's fighting the Italian champion who's undefeated. He's 15-0 for Archie, and I think you know, he's going to be up against it. He's got a guy who's after his #1 spot. He's ranked as #1 in the WBO. So he's got to be at the top of his game, and I want to see him put in a real good performance and show what he's all about, and he's very capable of doing that. He's an excellent fighter.
Zach Parker also on the card. I know how highly you rate him, Frank. Yeah. Another big performance?
Well, as I was so delighted beside him. He seemed to fight who's gone under the radar, and he made an emphatic statement in his win, beating a guy who'd never been on the floor before, and it's the way you win. And he looked really good doing it. I mean, he is going to be something special. There's no doubt about that in my mind.
And will you be chasing the Canelo fight with Zach Parker?
Well, he's the #1, and he's the #1 in the division. He's got a tough. He's in with a toughie on Saturday, Chudwensky. I can't pronounce his name, but he's in with a tough guy, and I think he comes through that. Obviously, we've got to keep pushing for him. But in the meantime, Canelo's going to be fighting in September in the States, probably against Caleb Plant. And if he fights him, then and comes through that, he'll have the 4 belts, and he'll have to start making some decisions because there will be some mandatories ordered. So that's where we are.
Definitely, and looking forward into the not too distant future, we've got a fantastic fight night on the 24th between Joe Joyce and Carlos Takam, and then we go to the big one, the big one, Fury Wilder 3. Have you spoke to Tyson?
He's all okay. You know, he's been training well. He's all okay, and you know, he knows what he's got to do. He knows the fella backwards. He's fought him now twice, and. You know, he knows it's a job that he's got to look good in. You know, he's got to go out there. Can't afford to take his eye off the ball. Can't be complacent, because there are much bigger fights out there to be made after that one. You know, big fights that everybody wants to see. Do
you expect Tyson does the exact same as he does in the second fight?
I fancy him to stop him. I fancy him to stop him in the second fight. I predicted that in the second fight, and I think he'll do the same thing.
What do you make of Deontay Wilder's comments about his masterminding another cheating performance, shall we say?
Well, we'll see. You know, he's got to say something, hasn't he? You know, he needs to. But he can say all the things he likes. At the end of the day, they're going to step into the ring, and then reality will set in.
Do you think that by saying all this, Wilder will once again lose credibility?
I think he loses the credit. He's got to psych himself up, hasn't he? He's got to get himself into focus. I mean, you know, the first fight Tyson got robbed. The second fight he done a job on him. So in his mind, he's got to get himself into a position where he's got to feel positive about getting in the ring with Tyson. The one thing to his credit, he's not trying to duck the fight. You know, he said he wants to fight. He's come out with a million reasons why he got beat. Irrespective of all those, it is a. You know, he can bang. He's a big puncher. I mean, he is the biggest punch in heavyweight statistically for the last 40 years. So Tyson's obviously got to be top of his game. But I just don't see what he brings to the table against Tyson, who for me I think is a standout heavyweight of his generation.
100%. And do you think Tyson gets out again this year after?
Well, I'm hoping AJ comes for his fight against Usyk, and hopefully we can get that on. That's the one everybody wants to see.
In regards to Fury Wilder 3, Frank, there hasn't actually been a confirmed broadcaster yet. Can we expect it to be on BT box office?
I'm sure there'll be an announcement soon.
Fantastic. And before I let you go, Frank, fantastic performance last night. I know you've been asked by everyone here, but what did you make of the England boys?
Oh, they were brilliant. I mean, it was edge of your seat stuff at the end. I mean, but it was they've been great. I mean, the Scotland game was, I thought they were pretty flat. Since then, they've been magnificent. They were great against Germany, great against Ukraine, and they've done a fantastic job last night against a team. Were they the second highest scorers, goal scorers in the tournament? Denmark.
Yes.
So they've done a fantastic job last night. So what I'm looking for is a double up for England. One on Saturday.
Yep.
With our man Lyndon. And
both against Italian.
Both against Italians. So get them both over the line.
Definitely. And finally, Frank, is it coming home?
Definitely coming home.
Hey. Frank Warren, thank you very much for talking to Pep Talk UK, and hopefully I'll speak to you again soon.
Pleasure. All the best, young man. Thank you.